So what I wanted to do, I wanted to quick blogging. So that's today's subject. You can just see the line just around about there. I'm Adrian Close. I'm from Freelance Trainers UK. One of the goals of Freelance Trainers UK was to help freelance trainers, coaches, and tutors UK, but also further afield with their marketing, and to give out some advice whether you can do for free. You know, that you can set up marketing for free, and one of the ways is to do some blogging. Say that it's not just for UK. The name of the website, so it's not just for the UK. I was on a cool chat last night with a load of, and it was great. And when they were all introducing themselves at the beginning, and me, I was sort of googling where they're all from, and some were from the east and some were from the west, and it was a really cool thing to. If you are not from the UK and you're further afield, then you're more than welcome to take part and get involved and listen to these and follow me and listen to these videos. So I wanted to talk about things I was talking about last night, and it's one of these things people are a little bit confused about. Business owners who they think about blogging, they get a little bit sort of het up about it. They get a little bit sort of confused. I've got this thing here that I've just Googled. What is a regularly updated website or web page? And that's it. And I think that is key for you to understand if you are generating, if you're looking to generate sales. And it's about this blogging, updated website or web page. Typically one run by an individual or group that is written in an informal conversation style. And I think that is absolutely, that's rule number one. Key one. So I've got these 4 that I just wanted to talk about today, and the first one is be yourself. So the key to an effective blog is to be yourself. Don't try to come somebody else. Don't think, well, this person's really sort of switched on with their business and their blogging all the time. I'm going to sound like. Be yourself. Come across as yourself. You have to practice this, and you have to practice your blogging, and the more you blog, the easier it becomes. Now, I don't know whether I've published a few books. This was my first book. This is the one that I absolutely love. It's called Adrian's Walk, Roughing It in the Peaks with Toilet Paper, of course. So I love going out into the district and anywhere, whether it's hills and mountains, Lake District, Wales, Scotland, over abroad. And I actually got feedback on this book from somebody who was like, wow, when I was reading it sounded like you were in my ear. I was writing it in my language, if you like. I was writing it. I wanted to, I don't know if you know the Peak District, but if you're walking past from Lose Hill to Mamtor, I wanted to tell you Lose Hill is called Lose Hill. Why Mamtor is called Mamtor? What is that down there? Why is Hollins Cross called Hollins Cross? And what did people Edale? They cross over Hollins Cross and then they go down to Castleton. It was one of those books, and I wanted to be that sort of conversation in their ear. So rule 1 for blogging is be yourself. Find your own voice. Get that across. Your personality. Try to get that across within your blogs. Rule 2 is care about what you say. Now, a lot of people, when they're doing lives like this, they sort of say to me that people might not be interested. Well, if people are doing a blog, then they might actually be interested in this video. They might not be interested in my last video that I did, where I was talking about a completely different subject to do with marketing. But they might think, I want to start a blog, but I'm not entirely sure what to do or how to get involved. So those to watch the video, the other people won't. The ones blogs or the ones that don't need to do a blog, then they won't. Will everybody read this book? No, of course they won't. I mean, it's a 3-day hike through the Peak District. You could do it in 3 separate days. I mean, I did it in a 3-day sort of and I roughed it in the peaks. So people who like in the peaks, then they're probably going to read that. People hiking in the peaks who are interested in the outdoors or whatever, then they're not going to read it. So not everybody is going to read your blog. Don't get that into your head that, people are going to, read my stuff. Yeah, they will read your stuff if they are interested. It's a little bit like sort of when I'm reading a book, and I've got loads of books up there, and when I read, like, let's say the 1 Minute Manager. So I've read that God knows how many times. It's a nice, quick, easy book. I always take some new out of the book, and This is rule 3, never stop learning. When you're blogging, never stop learning, never stop reading. And every time I've read that, I've taken something different out of it. And that's trolley principle. So you go down the supermarket, don't put everything into your shopping, take what you need at the time. And that's the same with books. So continually, never stop learning, continually read, listen to sort of video blogs and read blogs, and always sort of learning, if that makes sense. And then more is go blog. Sounds a bit rude. So run out there and blog. Just go out there, do it. And then my top advice, gets slagged off by LinkedIn for doing this. Don't put your blog on LinkedIn. So on LinkedIn, you can put an article on there, and that's great because people can find that on the internet, and it will drive them to LinkedIn. What you need to do is you need to put it so your blog needs to be converted into a web page. So now that's good. So I wrote a blog a while ago, and it's called Shit Rolls Downhill. Sorry, Mum, if you're watching. And it's about the old style of management. The old style of management and leadership is this pyramid going down there, and you got the person at the top, and the shit rolls downhill, and it hits all the heads underneath it. I've come up with my own leadership philosophy, so I've turned that on the side, and that's partly what that blog's all about. It was getting so many hits and so much sort of interaction, a lot from America as well, that I've now put my books, my training books and things like that. So that's now gone onto my blog. This is people who are who for that terminology of shit rolls down or leadership style or whatever it is. Then they'll go on there and they'll read, and it's an interesting blog, and it is me. It's about my own leadership experience. It's talking in my language. I'm passionate about leadership. I've got a 12-month leadership program that I deliver as a tutor, run a marketing academy or host a marketing academy, something that I'm passionate about, and it's something that I never stop learning about leadership. So put that on my website, and people are now being driven to my website because of that blog, and I suggest you guys do the same. So in summary, rule 1, be yourself. Care about what you say. Rule 3, never stop learning. 4, go out and blog. So if you're going to write a blog and you want me to have you want my audience to have a look, let's say in LinkedIn, and Close. If you're interested in more free marketing advice, there is my website. So go onto the Freelance Trainers, have a look at the free challenge. So on the top of the left-hand side, there is a tab for there is a video of me just explaining what the challenge is all about, and then there is a registration. I need to join the private Facebook group, which is in for a week, and the next challenge is on May the 16th. So you need to be in there before then. Okay, cool. On that weather down at the bottom of the page, I think in the footer stuff, you can also face where you can log in your details, and then you the newsletter as well. So cool. Well, thanks for listening. Have an awesome rest of Friday, and have a fantastic weekend. I will speak to you soon. Take care.